Last 6 episodes, we understood the long committed efforts of King Vishwamitra in his quest to become a Brahmarshi and finally how he succeeded. In this episode, let us know about the great bow Pinaka gifted to Janaka by the gods. Click on the links given below in description to know more about Vishwamitra's story. Namaste, my name is Gayatri. Please like and share with your friends if you like this series of great epic Ramayana. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. In these videos, I am following Valmiki Ramayana, adding some additional information from my own research. The next day, King Janaka invited Rama, Lakshmana, and Vishwamitra to his court and inquired about the purpose of their visit. Vishwamitra informed him that they came to satisfy the curiosity of Rama and Lakshmana to take a look at the heavenly bow which has been under the care of Janaka since long time. Janaka smiled and started explaining the interesting story of the great Shiva bow Pinaka and how he came into the possession of the bow. It all started when the king of gods Devendra got two equally powerful bows made by the divine architect Vishwakarma. He then gave one of the bow called Saranga to Lord Vishnu and the other bow called Pinaka to Lord Shiva and asked them to fight each other with them to decide who is the most powerful. Brahma also supported the fight. Just before the fight between the two great powers started, a celestial voice, Akashvani, alerted everyone that this fight has the power to destroy everything in the world and it will be a total destruction. Hearing this, Lord Vishnu and Shiva stopped the fight even before it started. It is said that Lord Shiva used this bow while killing the Tripurasuras and destroying their three worlds. Later, when Daksha, father of Sati, and the father-in-law of Shiva, insulted Shiva during an yajna, Shiva used this bow to fight him and the Devatas who assisted Daksha. All the gods prayed to Shiva and succeeded in stopping the destruction. Feeling bad that he could not control himself, Shiva gave away his Pinaka to the gods. As the gods could not manage the bow Pinaka by themselves, they gave it to Devavrata, eldest son of the great king Nimi, who is also the ancestor of King Janaka. Devavrata and his lineage took care of the bow with utmost care and devotion. From the time of Devavrata, the bow Pinaka was never stringed nor used for battle. It is said that no one, including Devas and Danavas, could lift Pinaka. At least 300 to 500 strongest of men were required to lift or tug this bow. With this calculation, this bow is expected to be of approximately 21,000 kgs in weight. It means that no known material available on this earth could have been used to make this bow. Considering the standard length of a bow as 1.68 meters, the density of this bow material should have been 62,25,911 kgs per cubic meter. This is much more than the most densest material available on the earth, which is osmium with a density of only 22,500 kgs per cubic meter. So, it can be safely assumed that the bows Pinaka and Saranga must have been made with some out-of-the-world material by the divine architect Vishwakarma. These bows were used to hit long distances with tremendous force. Just imagine the power of the arrow which would have been released from such a powerful bow. That is the reason why the bows made by the Vishwakarma, Pinaka and Saranga, could be handled only by the two greatest powers in the world, Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. No one else has the power to even lift them, forget about using them. With such a powerful bow belonging to Lord Shiva in their possession, the lineage of King Devavrata developed and known to be a very spiritual, knowledgeable and ascetic family. King Janaka himself was a very forward-thinking and most knowledgeable king of his time, very well respected by all the other kings. He conducted his life of a king like a rishi with no expectations and untouched by all the worldly pleasures around him. He took care of all his people like his own children. This is why He is called Rajarshi, the king, who is also a sage. In his quest for knowledge, he encouraged all the philosophers and well read people of his time to gather and conduct meetings to discuss on various aspects of life, knowledge of self, and Brahma. It is said that some of the Upanishads were written during these meetings. In the next episode, let us know more about what Rajarshi Janaka told Rama, Lakshmana, and sage Vishwamitra about his daughter Janaki. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu.